Hello. Welcome back, Royal Court. It's Princess Safre here, and today we're going to be talking about a few things that I wish I knew before I started playing Lego Fortnite, coming from someone who is a self-proclaimed absolute noob, just because I figured maybe if it helps me, knowing these things now, it'll help y'all. Y'all could just have like a quality of life experience from the get-go and not have to get it, 10 hours into the game. So without further ado, let's get Fortnite going up, Lego Fortnite, and let's go through some tips and tricks that I wish I knew and now you get to know. First thing you might notice, if you look in the top left, I have a lot of health, okay? This isn't even the maximum amount of health I can have, but needless to say, I have a lot of health, and this was not the case until several hours into this, okay? Admittedly, several hours, okay? If you look in, there's this beautiful section down here called equipment, where I have these beautiful things called health charms. Early in the game, I don't even know how I did it, but I managed to collect a charm, and I'm like, I don't know what to do with this. So it sat in my chest for so long. So that happens to you, just first of all, please go look at your charms. Second of all, health charms are going to be the ones you want to focus on because, frankly, a lot of the enemies just take so much of your health, and if you don't have any health charms equipped, 2 shots and you're dead. The amount of times I've died because I've been hit twice, and I just, don't have the time to recuperate or eat before I get hit. So health charms, I cannot stress enough how important they are to improve your quality of life when playing this game. And over here, Super Slay. And I think you're going to go to the shield. As you can see, I have a few different health charms and other charms. This is just because I've actually upgraded my crafting bench, which, side note, highly recommend that you do, but we'll get there anyways. And I don't even have the best health charms. I have these green ones here, but there are blue ones. I just don't have the materials for quite where I'm at in this game. But they actually give you more defense and more health than the ones I have. The ones I have being 2 hearts and 3 defense versus 3 hearts and 5 defense. But frankly, if we got to start here, start here. It's not that hard to make. You're going to get bones from skeletons trying to fight you at nighttime. Silk thread you're going to get from killing spiders that are also going to be out at nighttime. And the wolf claws, you can really get those any time of day. Just be careful because obviously, 2 hits from a wolf and you're dead. What I really recommend is try not get a person that can help you and kind of go along and fight with you as a villager, because that's going to be super helpful for you. Anyways, health charms, again, cannot stress enough how important this is because it's going to drastically improve your quality of life here. Second thing is, like I mentioned, upgrade your bench. Please upgrade your bench. So important, okay? This was something I didn't even know I could do again until later in my game, and it made the world of a difference. Because I was like, okay, how am I supposed to get these resources to upgrade my village? Well, a lot of the things that you need to upgrade your village require you to have specific weapons, like the forest axe, for example, is how you get the, tangly wood from the caves that you need to upgrade, your village pretty early on. And you need a different pickaxe to be able to, harvest marble and whatnot. So it's just, all these things, really, quality of life-wise, you gotta upgrade your bench, okay? Just take my word for it and upgrade your bench. And then next on my list, number 3 over here, number 3, is a big thing that I learned is when you go to build, a lot of the things that you build are going to be raw materials to build. A lot of these things are going to be raw materials, not exclusively, because obviously we have some rods here. But when we're thinking about building stuff, it's going to be raw materials, like you just want wood or you just want granite. No worrying about refining. When it comes to crafting stuff, that's where you're going to need more and more refined materials over time. Cut amber, not root. That's the root that I was talking about earlier. Not root rods. So just kind of the way that I think about it. Oh, I'm hungry. Whoa, one sec, I gotta eat. So one thing that you're going to want to do is make sure that you are being very careful with what you decide to actually go and, add to, like the wood chopper or whatever it's called. Why am I blanking? Lumber mill, before you go and chuck all your wood in the lumber mill, kind of think about what you want to do with that wood, because, most of the use of wood, to be honest, is just using it in the raw form. Obviously some building parts will require planks, and I think that some of the basic weapons require planks, but, when it comes to building walls and stuff like that, and, I think also when it comes to some village stuff, it's going to require just like plain wood. So you might as well just be focusing on that and not like always going to the lumber mill. So just be careful. I really emphasize trying to build like some sort of enclosure, some sort of wall situation, because I also didn't do that for a very long time. And you know, every single night you're getting bombarded with a bunch of skeletons, which I mean, if you have villagers to help you, isn't as bad, because it's basically a free way to get bones. Like, I always have bones hanging around, but, you know, not the point. The point is, it's really helpful to have a whole sort of setup where you're all enclosed and safe from skeletons. Okay, and now we're on to number 4. This might vary and may not be relevant to you depending on which biome you started in. However, this is the biome I started in. I started in this, you know, very classic forest situation that's not impacting me in terms of being too cold or too hot. But as you'll know if you've played any of the game, there are different biomes that are going to influence you and make you either too cold or too hot, and there's going to be impact in terms of, I think your health goes up over time because it's damage over time there, and also your movement speed is going to be affected. So, what I have learned, unfortunately the hard way, that I would love to tell you so you don't have to deal with this, is if you're trying to go to a desert biome, you're going to actually want to go to like a snowy biome first. What the snowy biomes are going to have on the outskirts, so you don't have to travel too far in and be in the, you know, impacted by the cold status too long, is they're going to have snowberries. So they're just like little bushes, really easy to find, and you're going to want to go there and do that. Maybe what I can do is we'll fast forward to future me and I will go there and show you what they look like. Alright, so as you can see, I have made it to a snowy biome, but I am still kind of on the outskirts. I'm not fully in the snow quite yet. But you're going to see these bushes over here and they're going to be glowing and blue. You're going to want to pick up these snowberries. You can eat them just as is and they will still help you. Oh, I'm not on the right thing. Eat to heal, reduce hunger, and temporarily increase heat resistance. So for 2 minutes, you will have heat resistance. What you can also do with them is if you have a machine to create potions, I believe it's called a juicer, then you can actually make those into potions that will give you heat resistance for 10 minutes instead of 2. And with the same sort of idea, it applies to the opposite. If we want to be going to the snowy biome, we're going to want to hit up the desert biome first and pick up spicy peppers. So what I'll do is you'll also see me going ahead of time, and we'll be in the desert and we'll see what those look like. All right, and now we are in the outskirts of the desert. I'm not oh, I thought I was gonna get attacked. I'm not quite impacted by the heat right now, but needless to say, these are the spicy pepper plants. You can get these without actually having to fully go in and be impacted, but in the same sort of nature, you're going to want to take spicy peppers to get 2 minutes of resistance to the cold. So these are going to be really helpful because, you know, not only do they help heal you a little bit, but they're also giving you that resistance. You can explore. There, I'm hot now. You can go in and explore in those biomes and get whatever resources you need to level up your village without having to worry about what the heat and cold actually do to you and your gameplay experience. So that's it for that one. On to the next one, because I came over here and I'm like, what is this cloud and rainbow situation? We're actually going to do this together right now. Typically I have wood handy actually to get up there. So I think I'm going to have to go get some wood real quickly so I can go and create stairs. So we're going to hold on for a second. All right. Okay, well, this is just super cute. I don't even think this is a hack or really something, unless it is and I don't know about it, but it kind of just seems like a fun time up here. I thought that maybe this this rainbow cloud would bring like certain items or something like that, but I'm kind of here for the good vibes. This is good stuff. Oh, wait, did they drop stuff? Stuff did drop. Okay, so there is a point to going up there. Ooh, lots of fun stuff. Spicy burger, we got some pizza, heavy wool, which I actually have yet to collect, blast powder, a shovel, and a longsword. Wow, okay, so if you see a cloud, it's going to be worth going up there because you're going to get some really good weapons and food, especially if you don't even have the recipes for them yet. That is huge to be able to go up there and get them that way, so all to say, big hack, carry wood so you can get stairs and be able to reach resources that otherwise you probably wouldn't be able to. Hello, future Saf, editing Saf here. I just wanted to pop in and kind of do a recap of everything that I kind of covered here because I had a whole like organization moment that didn't really transpire in this video. But it's okay. Basically, a few things that I want you all to take away from this video. When it comes to having raw materials, make sure you have a good set of those for things like building an enclosure for your village. Just doing basic building, whether it be for houses or like the kind of starter machines to refine materials. When it comes to things like wanting to craft better weapons, you're going to want to have those refined materials. When you are trying to go to a winter biome, you're going to want to eat a spicy pepper before, which you can get in a desert biome. And when you want to go to a desert biome, you're going to want to go to the winter biome first, grab some snowberries and eat those. At their base value, they're going to give you 2 minutes of resistance to either cold or heat. And if you have a juicer, you can actually make potions, which will give you resistance for actually 10 minutes instead. So that's a nice little change, but obviously that's something you get later in the game. So 2 minutes, still better than none. I think that was pretty much like the basics of what to do. Oh, also upgrade your crafting bench, incredibly important. And make sure that when you start the game, you are trying to make a health charm as soon as possible. I don't recall if health charms are immediately able to be crafted as soon as you have a crafting bench. It might come with the first upgrade, but in terms of like quality of life early on in the game, you're going to want to have health charms, and upgrading your crafting bench just gives you so many more opportunities. Lastly, I guess, is just having raw wood on hand. That way you can build stairs to reach areas that otherwise you wouldn't be able to reach, because you're going to need a way to access mountains to get amber, and a way to get up into a floating cloud. So you're going to want to be able to build stairs. But needless to say, thank you for being here. I noticed while editing that the audio cuts out at random points. I used a different microphone to do this than I would typically do for streaming and whatnot. So lesson learned. But thank you for being here. If you watched this far, comment and just say that's a dub, okay? Because that is a dub, that you actually made it this far and you listened to me ramble. My goodness, thank you. But that's all for this video. Thank you again for watching. Hopefully this was helpful. If there's anything that I missed, feel free to comment them down below. If you took nothing away from this, I'm sorry. To me, this was helpful. If it's not for you, then you are a pro, and that is an accomplishment in and of itself, okay? But that's all for this video, and we'll see you later.